This is Reah, and this is Just the Who of Us, where we talk about a range of topics including life events, current events, spirituality, entertainment, family relationships, as well as answering listener questions and more.
I dream of Jeannie.
Okay. So we didn't plan the matching shirts, by the way. So what do you want to talk about?
Well, the camera's rocking.
Excuse me.
You're really Googling questions.
Sibling rivalry? Baby name drama? What? Sister rant frustration? Babies? I don't know. I put common sister topics, like conversation.
DuckDuckGo?
Yeah.
Cool. You know, I've heard they've been censoring a lot of things on that too.
Really?
I found this girl on TikTok and she was like, I don't know if she's like just completely off her rocker or if like she might be actually saying things that it's possible. But she was talking about how you can't even use DuckDuckGo to find actual things anymore, that they're censoring Google, DuckDuckGo being all the other search things too.
Ridiculous.
Crazy. Oh, and we're fixing to go into a food shortage, water shortage. You know, that train derailed in Ohio. There was one that derailed in South Carolina too.
I don't watch the news.
5 derailments. Okay. Yep, 5 derailments in the past 2 weeks.
Like they had like supplies on them?
They had chemicals on them. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't pay attention to the news.
Oh, I get all this off TikTok. I don't watch the news either. I don't believe nothing on there, but a lot of the things on TikTok, like, because that's actual, majority of it's like actual people showing what's actually happening right then.
That makes sense.
So I trust that a little bit more.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's not like people getting paid for.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Oh, this is for get your kids talking. Well, and like, what's the questions to ask your sister? Okay. I feel like a lot of these we've already we talked about though. Well, anyway, we can do some. What time is it?
How many kids would you like to have, or how many kids do you think are sane to have? I think 4 is a good number.
Right.
4 is a good number.
I think that the amount of children we have is just fine.
Yeah, no more. Definitely not.
I feel like you answered this one on a different one, but is there anyone who is dead but you would go into the past to meet him or her? Well, I guess to meet. So no, you didn't answer that one.
No.
So it would have to be somebody that we haven't met.
Considering all the talking Kathy did today, I would like to go back and find out who Esther's dad was, since we have no idea who he is.
Right. Okay.
There's nothing about him. He's just like non-existent.
Okay, so tell them a little bit who Esther is, because I don't really know, but they definitely don't know.
Esther is our great grandfather. So our dad's dad.
Yeah.
The genealogy has gone back on Papa's mother, Cora. Her side goes back pretty far, but Esther's dad, nobody really knows anything about him. So she thinks she found out that he may have come from Georgia, possibly.
Okay.
But we don't know. He just kind of stopped. And I mean, we know that he would have been a Robinson.
Yeah.
But that's really about as far as it goes.
Ignore the children in the background. Who's dead? Go into the past and meet him or her. Wait, is that the one I read?
Yeah. Is there anyone who is dead, but you would go into the past to meet him or her?
You know, this is random and probably weird, but the Rosa Parks popped into my mind. And well, for one, like, you know, having mixed kids.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that my kids don't have to deal with stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she made a big impact on the way certain things are in certain places. And I don't know, like, if I could, like, I don't know, maybe like go back in time and meet her.
Yeah.
Just because she was an important part of history. And maybe say, like, hey, like, what can I do today to kind of like keep the things going that you,
right.
you know, try to set in place. And maybe even like tell her like how certain things are. Like, hey, you know,
how much she changed things.
Yeah, like what you did change things in this way.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that would be my answer.
Well, to add a little funny on that, have you seen the Medea movie?
Which one?
Where she's talking about how she, the reason Rosa Parks didn't get off the bus was because Medea found out Rosa Parks was sleeping with Medea's man.
No.
You didn't see this movie? It is so funny. And she's like, and it shows Medea like going up to the bus, talking about get off the bus. I'm a oh my god, it's like the newest one. It is so funny. And she's telling this girl about how this is really what happened. And she's like, and I pulled out my cell phone and I took a picture, and they were like, you had cell phone?
Right.
What? It is so funny. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's why Rosa Parks didn't get off the bus. Medea was gonna whoop her tail. She was scared of Medea. I would have been too. Medea.
Pretty big lady. I mean, I don't know, like,
you're gonna have to watch the movie. It is so funny.
And but you know, I used to be on like everything, everything Medea, everything Tyler Perry. Like, I used to be all about it, but I don't watch a lot of like, I don't know, I don't watch a lot of new stuff.
Yeah,
like, so I've fallen off a little bit, but yeah.
Homecoming.
Oh,
a Medea Homecoming.
Yeah. 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
I have to watch it.
I can watch that.
It's so good. It's so funny. I laughed. Oh, I laughed so hard.
Okay.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
When was your first kiss?
I don't remember. It was probably before I got pregnant, but
well, I would hope so. Oh my Lord.
You know,
no, that's when she got pregnant. Her first kiss wasn't until after. Because that's how it works.
We just skipped straight to the fun part. We didn't worry about the kissing. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. Because, you know, like, I don't remember like chunks. I could have had a kiss at like 7 and don't remember. I don't even know.
My first kiss was with like somebody who is now gay.
That seems to be such a hilarious story.
Like that seems to be everybody, like every guy that.
Okay, elaborate on this a little bit because I know.
Okay. So my first ever boyfriend, he's now gay. The boy, like I was probably like maybe 11, 12. He was as young as I was. He's now gay too. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what this one over here turns men gay.
It's because they can't find anybody as good as me, so they have to switch. They're
like, this is the best woman we can find, and now she's gone. Now we just gotta switch teams. Yep. I mean,
it's the only reasonable explanation, really.
Well, and you know, the current, he might, you know, he's around a lot of men.
Well, and you add into the other one as well. There's a lot of questionable things going on. A lot of questionable things.
That one's popped out a lot of babies, though. Well, popped in a lot of babies, I guess.
So, if you're watching this, sorry. Oh, there's something in my eye. Okay.
Oh, what about this one? If you could have the chance to meet anyone for only once, who would it be? I don't know. I still say Rosa Parks. We could have the same conversation.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna say Channing Tatum simply because we went and saw Magic Mike 3 last weekend and it was great. I just want to look at him in person. I don't even have to speak to him. Like, he ain't even got to speak. Just see him.
Just see him in person. Well, you know what? It didn't say anyone who's dead. So I guess they could be alive. I could meet someone who's alive. Okay, if I could meet someone who's alive for only once. Like, okay, like meet for the first time, because like if I just know them but haven't seen them in a long time,
I would say somebody that you've never met.
I've never met. I was gonna say Jada's the birth father, so I'd kick his ass, but I've already met him. So.
Yeah, meet someone for only once.
I'm
gonna say like the first time ever meeting them.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. Who?
Anybody that you admire that you've never actually met?
Michelle Obama. Yeah.
See, that wasn't that hard.
It wasn't that hard. My brain is in.
I had to be specific on that one.
My brain's in a few different places right now.
Oh. I feel like my lashes are like digging into my eye for some reason.
Oh, the first kiss one.
What do you think of me?
What do I think of you?
What do you think?
I think you're fucking amazing. And I can say that because I can curse because it's my podcast. So
I think I've already cursed. I don't remember.
It's fine. I think you're amazing. I think that you have like come through and overcome so much stuff. And now like you're raising your kids by yourself, and I've been there and I know that that's difficult, but you're kicking ass and you're, going to work, you're doing your job and you're excelling there. Like you're really like you're making a name for yourself at this place, like you got kind of into a high position pretty quick.
Yeah.
And that's just because you're amazing.
Thank you.
So I guess naturally it's only fair to ask the same question.
What do I think of you? I love you and I'm super proud of you.
Well, thank you.
Because you are doing great. Like for instance, this. I would never be able to figure out this. Never. Like I was saying in the beginning, I thought we were super cool doing the MySpace, codes to make words fall on the page when you got onto it. And she's literally over here doing a podcast, editing things, putting it all together to make it super cool, and then just putting it out there and promoting it, and then doing the cleaning business and all these other things that you have going on top of being a mom to five. Mostly grown, and then the little one need to be
the little one, man. He's getting rough. But
you're doing great. Like,
thank you.
You're doing really good.
Well, I
apologize.
Have an amazing partner too, though. And he
is great.
He is, yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I love where we are in life now. Like we've been through a lot of shit. And a lot of it was just really us just kind of being stupid and I think not really thinking for ourselves. I know on my part, mine was listening to certain people and forming opinions of other people and not actually getting to know said people.
Right.
And, just being an asshole just because of limited information and whatever, not really thinking for myself.
Yeah.
And then too, you go through certain things in life where it's like you're focused on yourself. You're not really focusing on the other people in your life.
Right.
And immaturity too.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 What?
Do you think, this one. Do you think we should keep things from each other? This is a question on the list.
No.
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 No. Because, there might have been a point where I would say maybe like certain things for certain reasons, but I don't think so at this point. And I think because we can have conversations with each other, we can have conversations about, and it doesn't have to be like, oh, we can only talk about the easy stuff. Like, we can have conversations about the hard stuff now and listen to each other. So no.
And we both overshare, so
right. But we're also not like, we don't judge each other. We both know that we've both done and been through shit,
Oh yeah.
and neither one of us judge each other. So which I absolutely love.
Oh yeah.
Like, I will talk to you about certain things before I'll talk to anybody else, really. So.
What, baby? Huh? Go in there with sister for a minute, okay? I'll be in there in just a minute. We'll go in there with her. I'll be there in just a minute.
Okay.
My contact.
I
think.
You think you have?
Every time I blink, like it feels like there's something on my contact, maybe. I have eye drops. We're gonna try this real quick.
Okay, so I found this one and I have to ask you this just because I think it's hilarious. Out of all your siblings, who's your favorite?
I wonder. Well, it might be. What's that one's name? Callie.
Who?
Callie.
What the hell is that?
Or Jason. Jason's a good sibling. Corey. I like Corey. Corey's cool.
Okay, so not your imaginary other siblings in here.
My big sister, obviously.
I was like, oh, I have to ask this. That's hilarious. Oh gosh. Okay. There was another one I saw and I was like, oh yeah. Maybe I think it was this one. Is there a moment in your life that you would never like to live again?
Not sure what's going on outside.
The dog is putting on a dance show.
Something. She likes to play with a brick.
Oh,
yeah, that's what she's barking at. I don't know. No, not really, because everything, no matter how crappy it was, had a purpose.
Yeah. Even though sometimes, like, the way the moments happen, like the recent thing maybe like give me a little more heads up, but
right.
But yeah, everything happens for a reason, and even though there are certain things that have been difficult, I don't know. I feel like maybe there are certain situations, like for me, like when I was away for a while, that could have been solved with just like simple conversation.
Yeah.
And so maybe I could have changed that,
Yeah.
had conversations with people instead of just like getting overwhelmed and just staying away.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and I think that's a natural response, is just kind of not deal with something.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to do that. If it's something I don't want to deal with, then I just don't deal with it.
Yeah.
For instance, the
It's
grief.
a family trait.
Put it in the back of my head, and I just don't worry about it. I don't think about it.
Yeah.
And then it comes up later, and I'm just like, oh. So,
Right.
Joyce.
Right.
We need to get down to the funny ones. Okay. Wait a minute.
Oh, what about these?
Okay. These are supposed to be funny questions.
Yeah, these don't really look funny. What's the one joke? But do you laugh when someone falls? Yeah. There's this one like funniest moment in our household, Jada. So Jada, so my dryer wasn't working, and it'll work, but you gotta run it for like 3 hours, you know, kind of thing. So I only I'll put the towels in to kind of fluff them up a little bit, but that's it. So on my stairway thing, I hang clothes.
Yeah.
Here comes Jada one day walking down the stairs, starts to slip, grabs a towel.
Oh my gosh. And it just went with her.
The funniest thing.
Oh my gosh. That is great. Gosh, that is
And we
great.
still laugh about it from time to time in the household. Hey, Mom, remember that? Yes, I do. And it was hilarious.
And now I get to remember it with y'all.
Just envision her grabbing.
Oh, I can.
Just flying down the stairs. She
Oh,
was okay.
bless her.
You know.
You picked after.
It's fine.
You laughed. Not before, after.
You know, she was laughing too once she got to the bottom. So it was fine. You know, it was fine.
Bless her. These are not really that funny. Let's see. Have you ever wandered naked in your home?
No, because I've always had children. So I'm always scared someone's gonna see me. I always had kids, and there's only been a brief point where I didn't have this mom gut.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not walking around naked in front of too many people.
I have a tendency to, well, not completely naked, but when I have my self tanner on, and I'll run around the house in just my bra and underwear, maybe a tank top and shorts sometimes, but the kids the boys used to be like, "Ew, Mom, oh my God," and I'm like, this is no different than me being in a bathing suit.
True.
Bathing suit probably covers more.
That's true. Yeah.
So now, I mean, they ask as they come into my bedroom, "Are you good?" Because I have walked in and I've been, completely butt naked tanning, and they're like, "Oh my God, my eyes." So now they ask as they come in, "Are you good?" And I'm like, either yes or no, and they stop right there so they don't go any further.
Well, that's great. My 23-year-old,
he just walks right on in.
He's almost 23. He'll just walk up in my room. I'm pretty sure he just walk in the bathroom, and I'm like, okay, well,
you get what you get at this point.
I mean, you've had 20 something years of opportunity to knock.
Well, if he's anything like my kids, especially the girls, they find when I'm in the shower or the bathroom for whatever purpose, that's the best time to come talk to me.
Yes. Of
course, I used to sit with my mom while she took a bath and talk to her too. Fun time.
Yeah, but it's weirder when it's the boys, because it's even but this whole panic attack crap. The last time I took a shower, that Noah was home because they spent at my mom's all weekend. Mm-hmm. So I guess this will be Thursday. Not that that's the last time I took a shower. A couple weeks ago, might have been a little bit different. If you asked me if I took a shower this week, I might have said no, because I spent most time in my bed. But anyway,
it is what it is.
But this week, I actually was like, hey, can you just hang out in here? But my bathroom has the shower and then the tub.
Yeah.
So I'm like, can you hang out on past the shower?
Yeah.
Just for a minute, because I had been having so many that I was like, I felt better having someone in there with me.
Yeah.
But typically I'm like, no, get out, thank you. But they don't care. It's just
they don't.
Oh, you're naked? All right, whatever. Well,
Gotta love kids.
Have you ever asked your family parents how you were born? I don't know what that means.
Maybe it meant family/parents how you were born. I'm a little concerned about this one. Where's it go? It's about the police. Have you ever teased someone so bad that they got you to the police?
Oh.
I guess they mean, have you ever picked on somebody so bad like they called the police?
Maybe. I don't think I've done that. I don't typically go around bullying people, so I don't think.
I mean, not now. I don't. I was not a mean girl. Not the whole time. But the funny part is, the ones that I did go to school with, they don't really remember me as being a mean girl that much. So maybe it's all in my head. Maybe I just thought I was a mean girl.
Maybe.
Clearly, they didn't hear what I said behind me. I mean, I would like to point out that me and my best friend had a burn book, an actual burn book. I burned it. Like, I actually burned it. It was terrible. It was terrible.
Literal.
Okay. And we had burn baby burn on it, okay? And I burned it because it was awful. Like, all of my yearbooks were missing pictures because I would just cut them out.
Oh.
Little mean girl's obsessive.
She's not like that now.
No, definitely not.
Not like that now.
Unless I'm with my best friend. And then it's just, all bets are off. Really.
I think that we have both come a long way since our school days.
Yeah.
We're much less assholes than we were back then. Okay, because
as far as everyone knows, okay, behind closed doors, you don't need to know nothing. Okay.
Would you allow me to do your makeup with a blindfold on? I don't know allow me to do your makeup in a blindfold.
Like while you're blindfolded?
Yes.
I mean,
say no. I don't know that I'd want to do that. Although
it would be interesting. Fun. You know what? The next time we do this, we're doing that.
So the answer is yes.
The answer is yes, and we're gonna try it.
That'd be hilarious, and we're gonna record it. That would be funny
for sure. Okay. So coming up
on the next episode.
What is the first song that comes to your mind when you think about our relationship?
Oh man. I'm gonna need a minute.
I've got one. It came up as soon as I said the question. I'll give you a second to think though.
Okay, like our current relationship or like our overall? I don't know. I'm in the spotlight.
You are in the spotlight.
Oh gosh. I don't know. Something about like best friend. Like I don't know why
you got a friend in me.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I can't think of anything. Yes, that'll be it. That's it. That'll be it.
That'll work. Do you have the guts to ask your crush out?
Yeah, we actually just went out the other day.
Oh, cool.
He actually took me out for Valentine's Day this week, bro. And
I don't think that really counts because he took you out.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah.
I'm like tripping over my hair because the way it looks in the thing, it looks like I just have like the top pulled back.
Oh,
and this is the actual length of my hair, which I would not be opposed to.
Yeah.
I might could cut it off this short. Really not that short, but
yeah, it's
compared to what I have now.
It's so long though.
I think I could deal with that. Side note, why is one side longer than the other?
It is
nope, that's
a little
still
bit.
not. Just for reference, this is all my hair.
Oh, this is funny.
Still longer.
Put some of this hair over on that side.
That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. We're not going to use this clip in that. You can edit this part out.
Okay. Wait, where to go? Have you ever pranked your mom by telling them that you're gay or lesbian?
Yes.
Really?
Well, she always made the jokes that me and Ashley were.
I didn't know about that. Oh.
The whole school thought we were. We're just best friends. I've been for 20 years, so.
You're like, Mom, this is actually my partner.
Yeah. She still tries to convince us to just move in together and live together. I've tried to convince her that the past 2 years.
Right. Save you each a little bit.
Right.
Right.
Like she works weekend shift. I work week shift. She watches the kids while I'm at work. I watch the kids while she's at work. We could make this work. So Ashley, if you're watching, this is once again my offer to you.
And
we can
I'm
make
saying that we can make this work.
We can make it work.
Yeah.
Got you, boo.
Okay, this says questions to ask your sister about yourself.
What is my expertise?
Your expertise? Makeup?
Okay. I'll take that.
Well, career-wise, finance is what you're in. But I'd say your personal expertise, probably makeup.
I'll take that.
Or child rearing, because you have a lot of experience in that.
You do too. A lot.
I thought this said, "What is my elephant?" And I was like, I don't know what that means. Like an elephant in the room? I don't know. What do I hate the most?
Narrow-minded people.
That is a perfect answer. I would say yes. Absolutely.
That's a repeat of the one we asked already.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What habits of mine irritate you the most?
I don't know. I don't know. You get sidetracked a lot, but I do too.
God,
so.
I do. I do. Say, what kind of dressing? Is that like salad dressing or
that's what I was thinking too.
Outfit dressing? I don't know. We get it. We know you're here.
Speaking of, I got it paid off. Oh, I hope that wasn't what was popping. That would be bad. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Do you think I'm a nerd?
A nerd?
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean, wait, I think you're intelligent, but I don't think you're a nerd.
Okay. What would you classify as a nerd?
Like, I don't know, when I think nerd, I think of like obnoxiously spouting out like
random
knowledge.
Facts.
Yeah. Like
so
like it kind of like a know-it-all, like a
see, when I think nerd, I think like fan geek. Has seen all the Harry Potter movies, has read all the Harry Potter books. Let's see. There's like just nerdy. I don't know. Like I don't know. But I don't know. I think of nerd as like somebody that's smart, but that's like obsessive over things.
Yeah.
I too am smart and obsessive over things, so, but not quite like that. Are you hiding your relationship from me?
Which relationship?
I don't know. It doesn't say. Do you lie to our parents? If so, what about?
Ooh.
I can answer that one for you.
Like, currently? No.
We'll go in the past on that one. I would like to specify, take you down memory lane for a minute. Memory lane. Okay. In this house, actually, my light's flickering in there. In this house, she had her own bedroom. Her bedroom was to this side. My bedroom was to the front. And she had this photo album. And I had a picture of her and this man. Okay, this man. And I found it. And I found it because I was very nosy little sister. And I always went through her things when she was not here. For some reason, I don't know why the picture was here and you weren't. Anyway, right. I went to my mom and I was like, I found a picture. And the picture was of you and I guess Red Baby?
DeAndre's. How old was a teenager?
This was like right before we found out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right before we found out that she was with child. And yeah, I showed it to my mama and then I vaguely remember, a couple weeks, maybe months later, Daddy having to go talk to you and your mother and he left. And I looked at Mama and I was like, she's pregnant. Don't ask me how I knew. But I knew. And I specifically remember me and Mama were decorating the tree in there for the millennium. It was blue and silver for, 2000. Mm-hmm. It was the last of 1999 Christmas tree. And we did it in blue and silver. And while we were decorating it, I looked at Mama and said, Ray's pregnant. And she was like, what? What? And I'm like, that's why Daddy had to go up there. They went to tell him. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And then he came home and guess what? I was right. Because this is way before cell phones. Cell phones aren't a thing then.
You had to wait until he got home to actually hear news.
But I already knew.
Maybe a little intuition.
I don't know how I knew, but I knew. I also knew Daddy had been in a wreck. Like he went somewhere. I think he went for like band practice. We were living here and he, like Mama didn't hear from him. And I looked at Mama and I was like, Daddy got in a wreck. And he come home like several hours later. He drove the car home. The passenger seat was in the driver's seat. Okay. He hit a telephone pole or a tree or something, but he drove that sucker home. Drove it home.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah. It was drove home. And I remember Mama laid into him because he,
yeah.
But yeah, I knew it before he came home. So I don't know.
Dang.
I'm weird.
Old. Weird. No, maybe it's like like intuition thing. You know certain people so well that vibes and such.
Maybe. I don't know that I know it as well now.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I was telling Mama the week leading up to Daddy passing away that like I could feel it. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. She got mad at me because I kept saying it and I was like, Mama, hey, this happened, this happened, this happened. And she was like, shut up.
Yeah.
He's not going to die. And then, 4 days later, he died.
Yeah.
So.
I could tell because, we talk often, but I could tell something, and he's gone to the hospital before, but it was something about the phone call the day before and then the way you called me that day. I was like, DeAndre, Jada, we're going. It just worked out so perfectly that somebody was able to get Noah and the girls from school for me. And so I think we all kind of knew.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That day, but that day specifically and a little bit the day before I was kind of like, I don't think this is gonna go so well. But
yeah. Well, see, I knew it, and I don't mean like I knew it, but I know my papa died the day before school went back in 2004. He died on the 6th. We were supposed to go back to school on the 6th, 5th, I think the 5th, something like that. Anyways, and I remember looking at the calendar and I'm like, oh my God, because I thought Papa died on the 4th for some reason. And I knew school went back in that Wednesday. Or that Tuesday, something like that. Anyways, the kids didn't go to school that day because we were at the hospital with them. And then the New Year's thing with Dolly Parton and then Miley Cyrus, and then Dolly Parton sang I Will Always Love You. Now, reverse.
Yeah.
2003, I sang I Will Always Love You at the Greer Opry House with Daddy when Papa was there. So that's always been like my song to my Papa, and I didn't know it, like, because that was the last song he heard me sing.
Yeah.
And then that played at midnight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just, like, you can ask the kids, I stopped. Like, I froze, and I was like, oh my God. And it was like, I knew then it's coming. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And I don't know, everything just played out the way it did. And I knew it was coming, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. But I was trying to tell Mama so that she could prepare herself because I was trying to prepare for it. I knew it was coming.
Right. Yeah.
I really do think you feel it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. It's weird to explain stuff like that. Like, I don't know, some things are, it is just a feeling.
Yeah.
And, you know, whether it's a spiritual thing, whether it's whatever, I don't know. It's something that I, you know, try to explore a little bit, try to learn a little bit about, but yeah, it's a thing. It's, yeah.
Now that we went down that rabbit hole. Thanks, Raven.
Oh, okay. Is there? No, you already answered that one. That one.
What cuisine do you like the most? Thai or Chinese?
Chinese.
Me too. I like Japanese better than Chinese, though.
I don't know that I've had a lot of like Thai.
I don't think either.
Mm-mm. Are you hiding a relationship from me?
Not this time. Not this time.
I feel like the other ones you told me about, though, like in time.
Yeah, for sure.
I will say, and I may or may not keep this, but I feel like with this, you know, like this current time of like Chris being where he is and things that you've gone through in the past and whatnot, like I feel like this is like your most successful time. And I know there was a time where I had to have a man, you know, in my life, blah blah blah, and then there was a time where I didn't. And it's kind of like I feel like you are more proud of yourself and you like see your self-worth more because like you're doing this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's you know, and you don't have like somebody potentially holding you back, distracting you and whatever, you know. So yeah, I just know like I see you. I see you.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought this said, where did it go? Is there anything I did about which you feet? And I'm like, what the hell is which you feet?
Which you feet?
Which feet? We have one pair of feet. What do you mean, which feet?
Which feet? Which feet are you proud of about yourself?
Oh, well, hey, that answered that question, actually. Is there anything I did about which you feel proud about myself?
Yes.
You answered it.
What thing do you like to have in a relationship? I guess like what's the one thing that you prefer to have like in a relationship?
Trust and space.
Yeah.
Because I don't like people a lot.
You know, like
if you can't be okay with me not texting you every hour on the hour, you're probably not the one for me.
Right.
Because I will forget.
Right.
You will not exist to me for 24 hours. But it's not intentional. I'll just forget.
Have other shit going on.
I have a lot of things going on all the time. I have 4 kids. And a dog. Harper counts as like 3 kids, 4 kids.
Right.
I have 4.
4 kids.
3 kids. 3 kids. 3 kids.
Oh gosh. Okay, let's do one more, and then I have to leave.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you want to pick the last one? Hold on, we're almost done. What's the one thing you will miss about me when I'm not here?
Our talks.
Yeah. Because we can do that whether I'm here or whether I'm at home, but as long as I'm alive.
Yes, that's exactly. As long as you're physically on this earth. Okay. We can talk.
Same.
Even if you don't always answer.
Because we can talk now, we can talk about anything, whether it's about us or about something else or, whatever. We can talk about the past and not hold it against each other. We can talk about, whatever.
We have learned to respect each other's opinions and thoughts.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I think that's something that, that took time.
A lot
of time. It took...
Well, and there's a 7-year difference between us. Well, 6, 7. Okay, I've always said 7.
But I feel like it is 7 because, you're 31. I'll be 38, but then you'll be 32.
But I'll be 32 at the end of the year. So yeah, 7 years.
So yeah,
roughly. We're 7 years apart for more than we are.
Right.
8 years.
Yeah. No. Well, I was
6 years. You know what I mean?
I was 7 when you were born, and then I turned 8 that May.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Because I've always had 7 in my head.
Yeah, me too.
So 7, and then I was 7 when DeAndre was born. And then.
Yep.
And then Spencer was 7 when Harper was born.
Yeah.
So 7s have always been like a lucky number for me, I think.
Yeah. Well, and then, okay. How old was... Carmen was, I think, 6 when Noah was born. So she's almost 14. He's 8.
Maddox was 4 when Spencer was born. Now, Maddox... Because Maddox and Hayden are 3 years apart and like 2 months. And then Spencer and Hayden's 15 months apart. Yeah. And then Hayden was 8 when Harper was born. So Spencer and Harper's the only ones that's 7 years apart. And again, I think that's crazy because we're 7 years apart.
Yeah. Yep.
What is my favorite movie?
Oh my God. I'm so horrible at people's favorite things.
I have several, so shoot your shot.
Oh my God. Literally anybody could ask me this question and I'd be like, oh fuck. Favorite movie. Okay. Oh my God.
Again, I have so many. So you can't go wrong with this. After you answer it, I'll tell you like my top 5.
Okay. Wait, can I have a hint? Like a year or something?
Romantic movie.
I don't watch a lot of romantic movies.
Okay, it would be a very famous one. This is typically everybody's favorite romantic movie. That's my age.
I want to say Gone with the Wind, but I know that's Kathy's favorite.
Yeah, that's Aunt Kathy's.
I don't know.
I mean, I like it, but it's a long movie. One of my top 5 is also a very long movie. When it was released, it had to be put on 2 VHS tapes.
Titanic.
Yes, that is one.
Okay.
Another one is The Notebook.
Okay.
Love it.
I never saw that.
Really?
Yeah.
You need to. It reminds me of Papa and Nana so much. I cry every time. Every time. And then, so, Friends with Benefits, Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake. I love that movie. I love it. Yeah. And then, of course, Legally Blonde and Mean Girls. Duh. I figured you'd get the Mean Girls one.
Yes. Oh, I didn't think that. Yeah. Okay.
Of course, my personality should explain why.
Okay, now you answer that one about me.
I have no. Pause, because I know you loved this movie when you were younger. Last Dance.
Save the Last Dance?
Save the Last Dance.
That is one of my favorites, yes.
Because I remember you had the CD from the soundtrack and you listened to it all the time.
I haven't listened to that in a while. I'm going to put that on the way home. And make my kids listen to it.
Oh, they'll love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, it was a good soundtrack. Okay, Soul Food is like my top. Belly, which is a wildly inappropriate and raunchy movie, and it shouldn't have been my favorite at the age that I watched it, but Soul Food and Grease are like my
Oh, I love
tied.
Grease.
Yeah,
I love Grease.
Soul Food and Grease are tied for
yeah,
number
definitely.
1. Yeah.
And that You People was hilarious. Yes. Absolutely
if
hilarious.
If you haven't watched it, please watch it.
Yes,
absolutely
for sure.
Loved it. Yeah.
If you have small kids, don't watch it with them in the room. Like, just like the beginning scenes are really the worst ones. That's when I watched it with my kids in the room, and I was like, wait a minute, whoa, because I'm killing myself laughing over here, and they're like, what's funny? Right. And I'm like, nope, never mind, we'll just turn it off. But yeah, it is super funny, and if you love Eddie Murphy, you will love it. And remember, it's Eddie Murphy, not Will Smith. That was for you, DeAndre.
Oh, I was like, what?
You didn't even look like him.
Like, what? How would you confuse the two? What?
It was great. Absolutely great. I do love Jonah Hill, though.
Yeah.
Isn't that who it is?
Yes. And also, Quentin was telling me about this other movie that it was like a documentary thing with him and his therapist. Jonah Hill.
Oh, really?
Wasn't that Jonah? Oh.
I feel like that's not who that is.
Yeah.
Okay, it is.
So it's a movie with him and his therapist. Okay, let's see. It's like he's like it is.
Have you seen Don't Look Up? It's on Netflix. It was really good too.
So
Jonah Hill's in that one too.
Okay.
And Leonardo DiCaprio. My childhood crush. Okay,
it's a documentary.
The Tools from Stutz.
Yeah. Okay. So The Tools from Stutz. So Stutz, I guess, is his was his therapist.
Yeah.
And yeah, Quentin was telling me about it. I don't know if I think he watched it, but he was like, it is phenomenal.
I have to watch it.
Yeah, it's not like a comedy.
Yeah.
It's kind of serious.
Right.
It's right. Like his actual therapist.
Cool.
And then.
Well, that's cool for him to be like that raw and real.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it went through like depression of him, being overweight and like all this real life stuff.
Yeah.
So it really personifies him.
Cool.
And yeah. So I haven't watched it because I want to be in a certain space when I watch it. Right. But I will recommend it and put it out there. Quentin said it was absolutely wonderful. So I trust we usually like most of the same things. Yeah. So,
Well, I don't think I would have watched You People had I not heard you talk about it. Just because it's hard for me to pick stuff on Netflix because I never know where it's going to go.
Same.
So I usually like somebody to recommend it to me first. But I did because I felt like the movie itself did such a great job of showing the different issues with both sides.
Yeah.
Because it's not always, because I think that is one of the sides that is most talked about is, the white family not wanting a black person to be in their family. Yeah. It doesn't really show that there are some people on the other end that don't want white people in their family. It can go both ways. Yeah. And it's not talked about as much. Mm-hmm. I think it did great. But I felt bad for the mom because, and she did, until she apologized, she finally brought it to her and was like, I wasn't trying to offend you. Right. I was trying to do research so that I could relate to you. Yeah. And I felt so bad for her. I can
understand that as a mom too, though.
Yeah. Because it was like, she wasn't really wanting to put her on a pedestal to be the token black girl. She was wanting to be able to relate to her and to have something to talk to her about. But in doing that, she overdid it and it came across as a completely different way.
So much so.
But I felt bad for her because I have a girl at work. She's black. And the conversations that we have, I trust having those conversations with her because I know she's going to give me a real raw opinion on it. Yeah. And we've talked about all kinds of things. Mm-hmm. And it's getting a different view on it. Yeah. I absolutely love her. She is my sister from another mister.
But that's how you get to know people from different cultures or different upbringings. It could be it could be somebody of the same race.
Right.
but you can have completely different life experiences.
Yes.
And so that's a good way. Ask questions, get to know people.
Right.
Don't make assumptions. Like,
for instance, and I'm not gonna, put it out there too bad, but she had this issue where growing up, she was picked on for being the white girl, because
like
she
white
was
acting.
proper and she dressed nice. She wasn't your what a
Like a
typical black girl,
stereotypical,
exactly.
yeah.
And she got picked on and bullied for that. People said that she thought she was better than them because of the way she acted. Her parents were religious, very, very religious, and she was just brought up differently than I guess some of the people in that,
like in her neighborhood, like her
yeah,
school and stuff
right.
like that, yeah.
And that put a different spin on it because we have white girls who act certain ways to try to fit in with a different stereotype, and they come across as whatever, and some of them get picked on for that. And then you have a black girl that gets picked on for being herself, but people thinking that she's not being true.
Right. Like acting
right. And it definitely put a perspective on it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I absolutely love her. The conversations we have, which we don't have them right now because she's not in my office. I miss her. But I mean, we have lots of great conversations, and it's definitely put a different perspective on it.
Yeah. But that's one thing that I like about us, the both of us, is that like we can do that.
Right.
We can have conversations with people that we can't relate to get to know and understand people.
Right.
And that's important to do. And that's how you don't just make assumptions about things that you don't know about. So yeah.
For instance, and I know this isn't really on topic, but oldest daughter, she has a foreign student now. It's a Ukraine student.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And I would just like to point out that I'm so proud of her. The student was getting bullied for being different, for not speaking English very well. And my daughter, she kind of just took to the girl and was like, she looked up how to say, hey, how are you?
That's why she was telling me Ukrainian words.
She was trying to learn this girl's language to make her feel more comfortable. Right. It like so I almost cried because I'm like, that is so sweet. But then I found out that this girl that used to be friends with my daughter was bullying this little girl. And I'm like, that just shows her character.
Is it?
Yes, the same one.
Well, that's
so exactly. But that made my heart happy because I felt like as a mom, she's doing the right thing. And I told her, I'm so proud of you. I've always tried to tell her, any kid, I want you to look for the child that doesn't have the friends, the one that's not talking to somebody. Those are the ones that you need to be friends with.
Right. Yeah.
Because they're the ones that need a friend more than the other ones.
The people, kids who already have a ton of friends. Yeah.
And from what I can tell, she's really took to that little girl and has tried to make her as welcome as possible. But she said their little girl was so sad that she wanted to go back home, and I can imagine that is frustrating and scary because she's in this whole nother country, and she doesn't have a choice but to stay here. She made her a little bracelet with her name on it. It was very sweet.
That doesn't surprise me though. She's
she's very very sweet when she wants to be.
But she has good examples.
I try.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up for today because someone is very eager to get back in the room with their mom, and we have to get on the road. But I'm glad we got to do this, and I want to do it more now that I have a nice fancy podcasting mic that you can hear both of us talking.
Fancy schmancy.
It was a Christmas present. Thanks, Mom. But I mean, we do this on Zoom, but it's cooler in person.
It is. Because we actually get to interact.
Right.
And I feel like with this, my eyes aren't like low like they were in the last one because I'm looking down at my phone and my face doesn't seem as distorted. I think with the Zoom, because the camera's so small on here, like it's centered. Yeah. But with this, like my face is deformed in the other video that we did, and I don't like the camera on my phone. It's terrible. I feel like this is a more accurate,
Yeah.
view than that was.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that we get to wear matching shirts today. So.
Also, and show off our necklaces.
Yes. I don't know. I don't want to take mine off to put it in the camera, but oh, you can't see it like that.
Right.
So explain really quick what the significance of the necklaces are. And
These have our dad's ashes in them. And his favorite color was blue. And so this is blue. And it works out good.
Yeah.
And all of the grandchildren got little guitar urn necklaces because he was a guitar player. He loved music.
Yeah. I thought that was absolutely perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And who put the ashes in the necklaces?
I did. And Dad went flying into the carpet.
It was okay. They vacuumed it up.
Yeah, so. which made me feel even worse. Like, just leave him in the carpet. At least he can be there for a little bit longer. But the baby bumped into my arm as I'm scooping up, and yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it's what he would have wanted. Now he's, forever in the house and not just around our necks. So he would have laughed. I know he would have.
Oh, yeah.
Or cussed. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
It could have been either one, depending on what kind of day he had. Yeah.
All right. Well, because if not, if I don't leave, I'm going to be here for the rest of the night. And I'm driving in the dark.
Right.
Last time I drove home in the dark, I was like,
oh, I bet. I can't see well in the dark either.
I do have new contacts now, so maybe it'll be a little bit better.
Hope so.
But yeah, this was fun, and we'll do it again soon. As we are, life happens, but we have been trying to make efforts to be together more. So, and we're moving. Not us, but trying to work that out. So we'll hopefully be moving to where we can be closer and see each other more often, and we can do things like this more often. So,
yay!
But all right, you guys have a great whatever day this is that you're watching, and we'll talk at you next time.
Bye.
Bye.